It's snobbery, and snobbery always leads to a decline in the club. No matter where you are, Amp Guard, SCA, anything, the pretentious pointies, as they call them, the laurels, the serpents, the artists that are not polite and want to be snooty about the fineness of their art, hurt the club every bit as much as hazing stick jocks that don't give a shit about any of the arts. And it's something that exists in every club. And there are guys in my house especially that I've noticed, of course, that won't come out to Amp Guard because they're completely plugged into the pirate fringe, as they call it. And they just don't want anything to do with all the magic and R.P. and stuff that goes on at Amp Guard.
Now,
and then there's the opposite. I've got people that are, I know a lot of people that are totally plugged into the game of Amp Guard and just don't give a shit about going out in the woods with 1,200 people or something at the pirate events.
if I can plug something, I've always liked magic in the game, because in a combat situation, you have trebuchets going off on you. You have, scorpions, ballistas, archers. Yeah. In a real combat situation, you have to worry about grenades and mortars.
Sure.
So a good fighter should be able to watch out for that one-hit mage.
The Black Hand has to work hard on the battlefield out here. Believe me, at Amp Guard, we have to work hard because there's magic going on and there's fucking monsters and you name it. And honestly, when we go out to the other clubs that use buffers but don't use magic and stuff like that, oh gee, now we have to dodge musket balls. Chucky darn, gee, musket balls. It beats the hell out of lightning bolts and spheres of annihilation. And
I can't remember off the top of my head. In video games right now, they have like quick time events where you have to hit like BAX real quick. That's almost what a spell casting is. It launches you into a quick time event.
And muskets all day long, and arrows from Boffer Club bows till the sun goes down. I don't care. But you start throwing magic and classes and monsters and all that into the rules, and you're guaranteed to get an interesting combat experience that's going to make you alert.
See, Amp Guard does militia games too, and I've played the militia games here. Hell of a lot easier than fighting in a full magic game.
Here at Amp Guard, my guys, when we take the field, we can consider ourselves to be a strong average quality of combat, but when we go out to the fringe where they don't know magic and they don't deal with that kind of stuff on the field, the alertness and speed of what we've learned from Amp Guard shines through, and we really honestly horribly decimate most of our opponents. It's a fact. Amp Guard fighters are faster and more graceful than anybody else I've seen out there. I've fought with Billigarth, I've fought with the SCA guys, I fought with all kinds of lesser, small, startup and fringe buffer clubs here and there, and they're fighters at some of the events I've gone to, and Amp Guard fighters will smoke them. A huge tournament, a couple hundred people were out there fighting and entering a couple years ago. Short Round destroyed that tournament. Sir Short Round from here in Black Spire Arcane currently, and he smoked that tournament so bad. And here on the field, Short Round is an older fighter, and he's certainly a talented and skilled fighter, but he certainly isn't the fastest man on the field or the young, spry stick jock that's an up-and-coming sword knight. But out there, an Amp Guarder of fairly high quality will level a field, and that's a credit to Amp Guard's fighting culture, but we have to realize that there's more to us than that.
Yeah, and
otherwise we'll stay a small, elite little group of some of the best foam jocks in North America, but we won't grow as a larger, more cultural, more interesting club that attracts new players.
So to wrap this up, I've got about 5.5 hours of footage, and I'm hoping I can get some more vids tonight. So
good deal.
To wrap this up,
for sure,
I have a question of a mercenary group who often pays other people to do things.
What's that?
Do you want to issue a challenge to anyone? Do you want to hire anyone? What do you want to do? Because I know you have cloth. I mean,
I'm actually low on cloth right now, but we do a lot of bartering. We're getting ready to open up a merchant's booth doing a lot of leather gear and armor. We have some fairly good quality chain mailers going on, and we have some excellent leather craftsmen. So we're going to be switching more into armor than garb for a little bit here as far as our economy goes in the Black Hand.
so do you want to challenge anyone to best you?
What I want to challenge people to do is I want to challenge people to step out of their genre, not to abandon their genre, not to skip their kingdom level events or anything like that, but to step out and see how the other groups out there are doing what we do, and learn from them and exchange ideas with them. AmpGuard's in a great position in that we are a weekly meetup on a weekend. We get together for a couple hours and we commune with each other, and we do it in a setting that allows for all the various interests of people to meet at some place. 2 or 3 artists over here, 7 or 8 fighters over there, people exchanging some ideas, talking shop and how they run events, etc. And we do it every week throughout the year. A lot of other clubs are very focused on their campouts, and they have tons of them, but they have an on and an off season. And AmpGuard in its off season, if they
Seems our winters are actually stronger than summers sometimes.
sometimes, and it's because we might be attracting a lot of people that are from that fringe. I don't know. It's starting to happen in Mystic Seas, and I imagine it'll start to happen elsewhere. There's a lot of crossfighting. Angus crossfights, Gustav crossfights, I crossfight, all my guys crossfight.
Seeing that, I bought my rapier gear. Haven't
Got your rapier gear.
Oh, this, I'm going to ask you right now, see if you can work on it. Talk to Aristry. She said she's had, there was an overflow year from...
This is a long time ago.
It was,
okay?
but something I'd like...
Stories vary on that. I cannot confirm.
But what I'd like to... She brought something up, having rapier happening here. I brought all my rapier gear. If you can get some people out...
We've got some, that's
I can
a possibility.
I can hand out my rapier gear to people.
That's a possibility. It would be interesting, at least for demos.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
I can look around. I know people who do that.
Would that be something you'd be willing to keep in contact with me and possibly
There's 3 or 4
Rusty
other
and
people that do rapier
the Rosewood
gear.
people?
In fact, the
See, I wish I would have known
lovely
that,
couple
man.
that has the little kids, the 11-year-old boy and the 9-year-old daughter.
I haven't met them.
They're over here. They're in Aristere's camp, and he does rapier. So.
Yeah.
Huh? Yes, totally.
Okay. Thank you, Lord Blapt.
Thank you.
So, and talk to you later.